Hi and welcome to Literary Hype. I'm Stephanie, your literary hype woman, and it is October 1st. So that means it's time for a new round of the Hype TBR game. That's where I pick my reads based on a game that I made up. And I kind of make up the rules sometimes, if it does not suit me. I really do stick to the rules for the most part. Every once in a while I change it up. And speaking of change-ups, I am thinking about making some new cards, so if you have a prompt that you would like to see pop up in my deck of cards, whether that be a genre, a random challenge, an overhyped punishment of sorts, drop those in the comments, because I am thinking about updating my cards and freshening things up a little bit. But aside from all that, it is time for the game, and before we play the game, we gotta see how I did last month on the scoring. I always feel like I did a really bad job going into it, and then I see the numbers and I'm like, that doesn't seem too bad, but it still feels bad because I have not finished a list in a very long time. There is a game for you in all of this as well, so make your predictions for how many points you think I'll get this month in the comments, and if someone gets it right, there will be a prize. And let me tell you, my prize bookshelf is overflowing, so someone please get this right. Now, let's get rolling for October. Welcome to October. It is time to roll to see how many rolls I will have this month. I am going with a D10 to make my selection since I do need to read a lot for New York Comic Con and YALLFest next month. And of course, we go with a 9. I don't know why I do this to myself sometimes. Anyway, here's Daenerys. And rolling for number 1 is a 1. Spotlight. A black cover. Roll number 1 gave me a book with a black cover, and for that I am selecting Blood City Rollers by V.P. Anderson and Tatiana Hill. V.P. Anderson is going to be at New York Comic Con this month. This is a graphic novel that involves roller derby, and so therefore I am all about it. I've had this on my shelf for a little while. Yeah, it came out in April, so I've had this on my shelf for a little while and I've meant to read it, I just haven't gotten around to it. But since V.P. Anderson is going to be at New York, I need to read it so I can potentially cause some shenanigans. I hope. Roll number 2 for October is a 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Microphone. A 1-word title. Oof. Roll number 2 gave me a book with a 1-word title, and for that I'm selecting Air by Sabaa Tahir. This is set in her Ember in the Ashes world, but I have not read that series, so hopefully this will make sense to me. I guess we'll find out. I'm literally on a Zoom call over on my other side with her, so I'm waiting to find out. An orphan, an outcast, a prince, and a killer who will bring an empire to its knees. So, Sabaa's a huge name in YA. She's gonna be at New York, she's gonna be at YALLFest. I'm hoping for some shenanigans where we can talk about this book, and maybe she can convince me to read the first few books in the series. I think this is separate enough From what she was saying on the Zoom call with booksellers, it sounds like it's separate enough, so I should be okay. We'll find out. Roll number 3 is 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, what one was that? VIP! Woo! Yes, I did just have to double count that, just to make sure. It's fine. Anyway, VIP. A VIP! I love when I land on VIP. It makes me happy. And so for my VIP pick, I'm selecting Elizabeth of East Hampton by Audrey Beleza and Emily Harding. Guess what? They're both gonna be at New York Comic Con. And we're gonna try for some shenanigans. So obviously this is on my reading list. I'm not predictable at all, y'all. This is a modern day retelling of Pride and Prejudice, which I love Pride and Prejudice. I love retellings of Pride and Prejudice, so I'm probably going to be obsessed. It's just set during a summer in the Hamptons. Roll number 4 is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh crap, here we go. No doubling up. Well, snap, crackle, and pop. And that does not have a book, so we roll again, and that is a 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. A speaker, historical fiction. At least this wasn't like an add a million rolls card. I will take a no doubling up as my overhyped card. Okay, I will take it. Please, dear dice, do not give me any more rolls right now. I cannot take it. I cannot take another game like last time. Last time was too traumatic. We are not doing that again. I hope. Please. Please. Anywho's, so the second part of that roll gave me historical fiction as the prompt. And so for that I'm selecting Never Met a Duke Like You by Amelie Howard. Amelie has been on the show to talk about book 3 in this series, but I have not gotten around to reading book 2, and just so happens that book 2 is the historical fiction book club pick for Open Door Romance this month. So, you know, everything works out sometimes. Roll number 5 is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another speaker or genre. Page to Screen TV. Roll number 5 gave me Page to Screen TV, and for that I'm selecting Silo by Hugh Howey, because I bet you couldn't guess that Hugh is going to be at New York Comic Con, and I am trying to figure out a way to make contact with Hugh to discuss the books and the show, because I'm really obsessed with the show, and I do want to see how the show compares to the book. So it's like, people have been living in a silo for more than 100 years and they don't really know why or what's going on outside, and you know, there's some conspiracy up in this joint. So the show is really good. I want to see what the book is like, and I really want to talk to you about the books. So fingers crossed that I can make some shenanigans happen at New York Comic Con. A VIP! And once again, I'm using my VIP pick for the Barnes & Noble YA Book Club. So for September, the book club pick was Underworld Volume 1, The Extraordinary Disappointments of Leopold Barry by Ransom Riggs. So my store, we do the meeting the next month after the pick, so I will be leading the conversation on this book, so I need to read it. Fun fact, one of my friends told me yesterday that she loves Ransom's books, but she can no longer read them because her grandmother called him Handsome Riggs, and to his face. So she can't, she's too embarrassed and can't do it anymore. But, so I will find out if this is good and tell her she should pick him back up again. Roll number 7 is a book with a yellow spine, and for that I am selecting Birding with Benefits by Sarah T. Dubb. Sarah will be at New York Comic Con. I'm so predictable at this point. Like, it's probably a problem, but otherwise it's fine. Birding with Benefits. It's a romance with bird watching. Okay, roll number 8 is a 3. 1, 2, 3. Microphone. An e-arc you haven't gotten to yet. That doesn't narrow it down at all. Roll number 8 gave me an e-arc you haven't gotten to yet, and while I was poking around trying to figure this one out, I had a really sad realization. I never finished reading Wartime Book Club by Kate Thompson, because I got it the day before I was doing an interview, and so I read as much as I could, and then I read a little bit more, and then I had to move on to my next book for interview, and I forgot to go back, and I just realized that, and so it's just sitting there on NetGalley haunting my percentage. I would like to end this little ding in my percentage, and I need to finish it. So I really was enjoying it. It's a really good story, and I have hand sold this book to many, many people since starting it, and since doing this interview with Kate. I thought I finished it, and apparently I didn't. So I'm going back. Wartime Book Club. And for the 9th and potentially final roll of October, we have a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something you own but haven't read. And for roll number 9, which is thankfully the final roll, and it did not prolong this game, but anyway, a book you own but you have not finished yet. And for that I'm selecting Pinkle's Folly by R.A. Salvatore. This is allegedly a starting point into his existing series with a new trilogy that's set in that world, so it's like an entryway, and it looks very piratey, so it looks like it could be fun. And guess what? R.A. Salvatore is gonna be at New York Comic Con, and we might have some shenanigans involved. So I'll be reading this. This came out in April, so I need to check and see if there's also an arc for book 2, and if there is, then I will have to squeeze that in as well. It's gonna be a busy couple weeks of reading, because Comic-Con's in the middle, so I gotta get all these done fast. And if you watched September's round of the Hype TBR game, you saw that I landed on a pre-order a book and then read it in the month it comes out, and so for that one I selected Warrior of Legend by Kendara Blake, which comes out in October. I probably should have picked one that comes out a little further later, but it's okay. Everything is fine. We are doing fine. Kendara is going to be at Y'all Fest, so maybe we'll have some shenanigans related to that book. As always, the links to get these books are down in the description for you, and you should check them out. Maybe read them along. If you want to buddy read any of them with me, let me know in the comments and we can make some shenanigans happen. If you enjoyed this round of shenanigans that is the Hype TBR game, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click that little bell so you see whenever I post videos, and like this video as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.